What's up YouTube, Singularity here and welcome to another episode in the Call of Duty's Cold War Zombies series. It's been a while because we have been working a lot, but we have had an update to Season 2 which has introduced a few things into zombies, so we're just going to go over a little aspect of that and how to complete it. So what they have done is introduced a load of intel into the Outbreak game mode, and that is radio transmission locations for all four maps, because we do have a new map now which is Sanatorium in Outbreak, and they have added lots of audio log locations as well as some more documents and some more dark Aether documents from the trials as well, and all these can only be completed in the Outbreak mode. And as you could see there, we did have some of those completed already from Firebase C, and those were the ones which were introduced in Season 2. So what they've done is introduced a lot into Outbreak now, and if you're someone who likes the lore and likes the story behind all the zombies, you're going to want to complete these to unlock all these audio logs and radio transmissions to kind of get a bit more in-depth look at how things are progressing with the story and what's kind of happening behind the scenes there. Now there is a bug at the moment with the dark Aether radio transmissions. These are the ones you get from the trial machine. You can actually get them in the game and listen to them. However, after you've completed the game and you go back into the menu, it doesn't show that you have actually collected those and you are not able to listen to them over. And they have had bugs like this before, and they have just updated it once they've gone on to the next season. They've just patched it out, added it into the menu. So I would still go ahead, collect those just to complete everything so you're ready for Season 3. So let's jump into it, and the very first one we're going to look at is the new Sanatorium map here. And I'm going to do the same with all of these. I'm going to show you the map to begin with, and in blue we're going to have the radio transmissions, and in red we're going to have the audio logs. And I've also put the name of each one there, so if you are missing just certain ones because you've been playing the game already and you've picked up a few, you'll be able to have a look at this map, find out which ones you are missing and go pick those up. And just a side note about those radio transmissions is that you can only collect one per faction per game. So that's one Omega, one Maxis, one Requiem there. So if you only do one map, you can exit out, start a new game up, maybe get into the same or a different map, and you'll be able to pick up more radio transmissions. So after showing the main map, I'm going to do this for everyone, going to go to each location and show you exactly where the radio transmission is. So you could see that I was on the bottom right hand side of the map there, going for this Requiem transmission. You just want to hop into the house, go upstairs, and it's going to be there on the table. Now we've made our way over to the top central area of the map to where the Omega radio transmission is. Just want to go to that point, go inside the building. You're going to want to make your way upstairs, and it's just going to be in this back room on the left hand side, again on the table, waiting to be collected. Run up, and the final radio transmission on this map is going to be the Maxis one, just on the bottom left hand side of the corner there. Just go inside the building, and there's going to be a little room just on your left, and it's going to be sat there on top of the crate just in front there. For the audio logs, we're going to have two inside this main building here. Both of those are going to be Omega ones, and the first one, if you go inside, it's just on the room on your right inside here, just waiting on the bench there. And for the second one, you just come out of that room and you want to go up the stairs just in front to your left, and to the left of where you come up you're going to see this window. Just hop through that and the audio log is going to be there on the table. For our next audio log, you can see we've moved towards the end of the pier there, and we have this little hut. Just go inside, hop through the window, go into the next room, and just in the top left hand corner on top of the shelving we have the Requiem audio log. And for the final one, which is the Maxis audio log, we're up in the top left hand side of the corner there, straight through the door in the building, and it's resting on the countertop just straight in front of you. So we'll jump over to our next map, which is going to be Alpine, and again we have the radio transmissions circled in blue, one for Omega, Requiem and Maxis, and then we have our audio logs. On this map we have 2 Requiem, 1 Omega and 1 Maxis. So we'll head to that Requiem radio transmission first, just at the bottom centre of the map, just where I was showing you there, straight through that front door, and it is on the desk just in front of you. And the Omega radio transmission is centre left, sometimes where you get that trial machine, just where this big building is here. You're just going to want to go through the main door, up the stairs on the left, and it's just going to be on your left hand side on the pool table. And the final radio transmission on this map is right in the bottom right hand corner there, which is going to be the Maxis one. Head through the door of this building and it's going to be immediately to your right on that countertop. The first of the 4 audio logs is going to be right in the centre of the map in this very orange looking building. Just go through the door, kill any zombies that try to attack you. We're going to be upstairs for this one. I will eventually make my way up there. Just killing the zombies. And as you can see, it's just there on the table to the left. Pick that up, that's going to be the Killer Crystals audio log. And we are now centre right on the map. You can see there, just where that big lodge is, and outside on one of the tables we have the Omega Do What You Must audio log. For the third one we have the Maxis one in the top right hand corner, just in this big warehouse. Go straight through the entrance into this little office on the side, and it's going to be sitting right there just on the table. And you can see where my character is on the map there, just in that warehouse. And our fourth and final audio log will be a Requiem. It's kind of just out in the open here on the back of this truck, where you sometimes get a jump pad. You can see far left centre of the map, it'll just be sitting on the back of the truck there. And that is all intel covered for this map. So for our third map we will jump over to Golova. Again we have the 3 radio transmissions, and on this one for the audio logs we have 2 Omega, 1 Requiem and 1 Maxis. So our first radio transmission is going to be an Omega one. As you can see we are on the top left hand side of the map there, where we sometimes spawn in next to these silos. You just want to rappel up to the top, and to your right hand side it's just going to be laying there on the floor. The Omega radio transmission is hard to see, but we're just bottom centre of the map there, where you sometimes get the pack-a-punch machine in this building. Just make your way inside. Now we're going to take care of these zombies first. Make your way up this flight of stairs.
I will happily cut you all.
And in the room just to the left, it's going to be laying there on that table. Our third and final radio transmission is a Maxis one, just to the right hand centre of the map there. Make your way into the building, up the stairs, go into this room, and it's just going to be laying on the table right there in front of you.
I don't know how much.
So if you can see where we are on the map there, we are just to the left of the town. There is a water tower, and that is going to be our first audio log, which is going to be a Requiem one. You just want to climb up that water tower, and it's going to be just to your left hand side, as you can see there. The first of our Omega audio logs is going to be right in the centre of that map, just where that question mark is. And it is on the far side of the building, just in this little room right next to where this till is. Our second audio log for Omega is going to be right at the bottom of the map, just right next to the church in this little building. And if you go inside, I miss it first time there, didn't spot it. But it is just on that table to your left. And the fourth and final audio log is going to be in the top right hand corner in this little barn, just where you get the silos with the jump pad. Just make your way through the door and it's going to be on the desk just on the left, and that is the Maxis audio log. So our fourth and final map is going to be Ruka, and on this again we have the locations for the 3 radio transmissions, and we have 2 Omega, 1 Requiem and 1 Maxis audio log. So our first radio transmission is going to be a Requiem. We are in the top right side of the map, just in this cabin. Make your way through and it is going to be on the table just in the centre. Our next radio transmission will be an Omega one, and it is in this compound that is just to the bottom centre of the map, just in the tent, and it is on the table. Our third and final radio transmission will be to the centre left of the map where you could see, and just go through the building and it's going to be on the top just in that first room, and that is the Maxis radio transmission. Our first audio log is going to be an Omega one, and it is back in that compound where we had one of the radio transmissions, and instead of being in the tent it is just in this little area here. You get that ammo cache just on the floor, and if you look on the shelving just in front of you where that ammo cache is, you will see it just on the shelf there. Our second audio log will be a Requiem one to the far left hand side of the map. We're looking at this building here, and if you just go inside it's going to be in the corner. Can't really miss it on the counter there. Our second Omega audio log is to the top centre of the map, just in this area where you get that missile on the back of the truck. It's just going to be on one of the tables to the back side. And the fourth and final audio log, which is a Maxis one, it's kind of out in the open where this little cabin is, to the bottom right hand side of the map. Just go inside and it'll be on that desk straight in front. So that is everything in terms of audio logs and radio transmissions, and the only thing left to collect are the documents and the Dark Aether intel. So for the documents, you're going to want to kill elites, and they're going to drop items that are highlighted yellow, and those are going to be your document reports. You can pick those up. They do drop more commonly from the manglers, so if you come across any manglers, make sure you kill those until you get all of those documents that you need. Now the only thing you should have left at this point is the Dark Aether intel, and the only way to get this is by doing the trials. So you just want to keep doing those until you get this intel icon pop up on the screen there, and that means once you've done that next trial you are going to get a bit of intel. And for the Dark Aether, that is going to be some documents and radio transmissions this time around. However, I did mention at the beginning of the video, those radio transmissions are a bit bugged at the moment. You can get them in game, however they do not appear in the menu once you have collected them. So we started that trial and we got kill enemies within close range. So we're just going to do that until we get that intel pop up on the left hand side, and as you can see there, we do have reward available intel. So as soon as you've got that, you can go straight over to the machine and collect that intel. You do not have to wait until the timer runs out on your trial counter. As you can see there, we've got 345 left, but we're just going to make our way back over to that machine and pick up this intel. And there we go, we have a picture of what looks like a notebook on there, so that tells us it's going to be a document. If it is one of the radio transmissions, it's going to have sort of a tape recorder on there, so you know that you're going to get a radio transmission instead. So that is everything in terms of intel for Season 2. If you followed this guide, you should have everything now, barring those 2 bugged radio transmissions for the Dark Aether. And as always, if you found this video helpful, drop a like. It does help me out, and if you are stuck in any way finding any of the intels, just drop a comment below and I will try and help as much as possible. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.